We just went out there and put on a clinic.
Okay.
So I'm just wondering, are you feeling like a believer today?
First of all, I don't have a problem with it. Daniel Jones played lights out.
Sure did.
Saquon Barkley is that dude. He's going to get himself a new hefty contract. That's number 2. Yes, I picked the Minnesota Vikings to win this game. I thought they were the better team. I was wrong. But in the process of picking them, what did I say? That's the furthest they would go. They got blitzed by Philadelphia near the beginning of the second game of the season. They got annihilated by the Cowboys on their home turf 40-3. They got blitzed at Lambeau Field by Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. I called the team fraudulent. And I said, this is the team that was most likely to be upset if we had to pick amongst the games this weekend, because Minnesota had shown you on 3 separate occasions. They shouldn't have won the game against Buffalo. They showed you how vulnerable they are. And then they go up there yesterday, and last point is this. You Kirk Cousins. He always gets his numbers, but he doesn't win when it counts. And this is what bothers me about Kirk Cousins. I understand he was about to be sacked. I get all of that. Damn it, throw the ball at 8 yards. If it's 4th and 8, what are you dipping at 3 yards for? It's just like why? So you could say you completed the pass and then he didn't advance? It's ridiculous. Go for the first down. And it's stuff like that that just reminds you of what the Minnesota Vikings were not this season.
Can I just say one other thing? Dable, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I agree.
What a great hire.
I agree.
He coached a heck of a game, right, Troy?
Well, we had him back. We had him back early in the season against Dallas, as a matter of fact, week 3. And this, they may not have wanted to say it, but this was a rebuilding year for New York, and for them to accomplish what they've accomplished, Brian Dable's done an amazing job. And I know that Daniel Jones, I mean, good for him. And for him to be able to go on the road in his first playoff start, play the way, I mean, I watched that entire game intensely and didn't see one ball that I thought was one that he shouldn't have attempted. I thought he played flawless. He, of course, ran the ball well. He did everything that you have to do. I think Mike McCarthy said it. He said it when they signed Dak Prescott a year ago, that defense wins championships, but quarterbacks win Super Bowls. And you have to play at a high level at that position if you're going to have success in the postseason. Daniel Jones did that, and they're moving on. And for the Vikings, the part of their team that gave them so many problems throughout the year defensively, it bit them in the biggest game. And they just weren't able to make the key stops when they needed to.
How far can they go into this thing, the Giants? Because that's what we're talking about.
I wouldn't count them out. I mean, I just wouldn't. It's a young team that's hungry, and you could see that from Saquon Barkley when they showed him on the sidelines. And they're going to be, you know, and will they run out of gas? You know, maybe. They've got a tough one, you know, against a really good football team. Philadelphia was the best team that I saw all season long on both sides of the ball. But I like the Giants. I love what Brian Dable's done, and good for them. It's a great win.
Can I just say one thing? It does feel like the Giants are back, though.
Yeah.
Regardless of what happened.
Well, it's good for football.
It's been a while.
It's good for the league. It's good for the NFL when the Giants are good and when the NFC East is competitive like it was this year. And yeah, it's a good story. It's I think they're back as well.
No question about it. I picked the Vikings because I thought they were the better team.
Yeah.
But I wasn't surprised at all that the Giants did what they did, because I don't have much. I've been saying it all year. You know that, Molly. I didn't have much faith in the Vikings.
It's okay.
There's no way in hell I believe the Giants are beating the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right.
Let me get that out the way off top. It ends now. The ride was nice. Dable, phenomenal job. Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, the rest of the crew, absolutely.
I'm clipping it.
But Philadelphia is a different animal than the Minnesota Vikings.
I just want you to know, Molly, once we take care of this business tonight,
no, please. I'm not
so with you, Molly. I want them Giants to beat them Eagles, and then we'll get the Giants back in Texas, back in Dallas. I got it all figured out. After we take care of this business and then go take care of San Fran, we'll get them Giants.
Oh, so let me ask you this. You think your Cowboys would beat the 49ers?
We ain't worried about that right now. We're going to talk about Monday night. We're going to talk about Monday Night Football, and then I'm going to get to that after we beat Tampa.
So sometimes you want to look ahead other than
right now. Not right now.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to get
All right, we'll leave it there.
Get it.
Hey, Troy, thank you so much again.
Absolutely.
This was a lot of fun. Honor to have you on our team and hear you on the call tonight, you and Joe Buck. We got the A-team.
They are the best on TV.
For you to be here. Sad that you're going to see what you're going to see tonight.
They are the best on TV, man. He's the best quarterback in the world and the best friend, man. I love this dude, man. This is my dude.
That's right. Yeah, see, that's when y'all were them boys. That work. Did with Brian Dable as the coach. I think that's going to go a long way towards him remaining with the Giants and being a part of their future plans. But we can't mention this game without bringing up Kirk Cousins. He always gets his numbers. He always produces to some degree. But then when pressure mounts, all of a sudden he disappears. It's 4th and 8. I don't care what throw you pass. I don't care what pass you throw. Throw it past the 8 yards, for crying out loud. Dipping it 3 yards and thinking that that's going to produce something. Once again, remember what they said about Kirk Cousins departing from Washington. They said he gets his numbers. But what does he do to truly, truly win? We're sitting here today and still asking that question again.
That was a frustrating moment. A lot of fans, Rex, on Twitter and other places, seizing on him throwing short of the sticks in that spot.
Yeah, no, it absolutely can't happen. Stephen A's 100% right. It can't happen. And you know what? It has to go to Justin Jefferson. I don't care. He's doubled. Who cares? You threw it into a team meeting and he bailed you out in Buffalo. Yeah. You got to do the same thing there in a playoff game. Get the ball to your best player. Justin Jefferson, by the way, best receiver in the league. Like, get him the football. I don't care. This can't happen. Absolutely cannot happen.
T.J. Hawkinson, who was very effective for them so much for the day.
He was.
Yesterday, not able to get it done. Stephen A., one more for you while I have you. We have had a lengthy discussion here this morning about Lamar Jackson, whose team loses last night in a close game. He wasn't there, didn't travel with them. I know last week on First Take, you were suggesting that perhaps they seriously need to entertain trading him. Having seen the way last night went, what is your quick take on Lamar Jackson this morning?
Well, the first order of business is that John Harbaugh's got a lot of explaining to do that J.K. Dobbins didn't get the ball at all, really, when it really counted. I think J.K. Dobbins had a point there, but as it pertains to Lamar Jackson, listen, you're trying to negotiate a contract extension, and you don't even show up to cheer on your teammates. I've been listening to Ryan Clark, Dan Orlovsky, and various other NFL aficionados for years. That's something that's usually frowned upon. There's no excuse that he could not have been at that game rooting on his teammates. He seems to be a bit detached, and the Baltimore Ravens organization needs to do something, whether it's moving him and getting an incredible amount of assets in return for him or thinking about what the future looks with John Harbaugh. I think all of that remains a question, but Baltimore played a hell of a game yesterday. They should have won the game, or at least it should have gone to overtime. That turnover would Huntley should not have happened, but nevertheless it did. And in the end, when we look at Lamar Jackson, these are your teammates. These are the guys you go on the field for and fight for, etc. You missed the last 5 games last season. You missed the last 5 games this year, plus the playoffs last year, plus the playoffs this year, and here you are not even showing up to support your teammates just days after revealing on Twitter what your medical condition was without going through the team to do it. There seems to be a flagrant detachment there. I think it's on purpose, and I think the evidence is there, the clues are there, and I think they might need to move on from him, or he may need to move on from them.
There's one more thing I want to mention. Stephen A. has been such a friend of the show. He's been integral in the success that we've had here. And tomorrow is a huge day for Stephen A. While we are all looking forward to today and tonight, tomorrow, Stephen A., the release of your book, which is called Straight Shooter, it'll be available everywhere. Just give people an idea of what it is that they can look forward to when they buy this.
Well, I've been through a lot in my life, Greeny, and, through the grace of God, a fantastic family and friends like yourself and everybody, Rex and Ryan Clark and Dan Orlovsky and all of my buddies at ESPN, male and female, along with a host of other people that have helped me throughout my career. I've been blessed through God's grace to be where I am today. And so just talking about how I got here, the path that I took, what I went through growing up, getting left back, having dyslexia, going through all the things that I've gone through in my career, controversies plus some. I talk about it all, and it's in the book, and I just want to thank everybody, all my friends, all my loved ones, my family members, of course, you guys. I love y'all to death, and I really appreciate the support. And so tomorrow, it's been long overdue. I held off on writing this for a decade. I promised my mom that I would never write it until she passed away. That was a promise, a vow that she made me make to her, and I kept that vow, but it was time to do it, so I finally did it through my family's blessing, and it's out. It's out everywhere tomorrow.
Wherever you would find your books. And I watched Stephen A. write this through an entire NBA season last year. I know how important this is to you. We are all behind you and looking forward to the release tomorrow. Again, Straight Shooter anywhere you find your books. Have great shows today, my friend, and we'll see you later.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Take care.
Stephen A. Smith. Again, First Take coming up 20 minutes here at the top of the hour. Meanwhile, as we continue, Daniel Jones, awesome in leading the Giants to their first playoff win in 11 years. Now he goes up against Jalen and the Eagles. Do the G-Men have a shot? We will discuss. Plus, here we go. Sneaking Hembo and Rex, the best matchup we have. Who's the only quarterback to throw 4 touchdown passes in a playoff game against Tom Brady? That's the question. The answer's next.